started, man, with this being the first time that we have two African American quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. Do you guys see this happening more in the near future? And what's your thoughts on it?
I think it'll happen. I'm the biggest Lamar fan, probably second biggest Lamar fan in the world behind Mills. I think it will happen more when he gets in that situation. But for me personally, I'm enjoying it so much because I think they can give us what I always wish McNair and McNabb would have gave us. I want to see McNair and McNabb end up in the Super Bowl together so bad. We saw them both individually in their own, but when they both lost, it hurt so bad. And now looking at what we have here, it's like no matter who wins, we win. My only knock, and my homeboy he got on me for this the other day, and I maybe had to catch myself tripping a little. I just wish Mahomes was more for us a little bit. There's a part of me that I looked at him and
Ron, it's definitely your boy right here, Ron. It's definitely your boy. He talking the same language.
And I'm kind of sitting here to the degree of just like, I just wish I looked at him and saw myself a little more. Whereas Jalen had been through the ringer, got benched in college, didn't know what was going to happen in the NFL. All of a sudden, Sirianni comes in, inserts him in this and that, and Jalen he turns up on a new level. And I love what I saw on social media the other day talking about him promoting this woman, because I was like, not only are two black quarterbacks on display, black love is on display. And I just think that's something that the whole world got to see. I'm all for it, man. I'm Team Jalen all the way.
I like that. Definitely like that. Ron,
go ahead, Ron.
Oh wow, you know him, Mo. You got a lot to say. Oh, you don't got that much to say?
No, I'm coming. I'm just
he coming. Go ahead, Ron.
Trying to make sure I line this up properly.
Man, how the league is going, man. We are about to see a lot more black quarterbacks sprinkle out. You know what I mean? This game's getting faster, man. Like I told people before, we're about to see more Micah Parsons. We're about to see more Von Millers. Now not probably to the same caliber, but we got some guys coming in and they moving, right? And plus, like football is the greatest copycat sport in the world, right? Where people copy off each other, copy schemes and stuff. And depending on who wins, I already have my thoughts about who's going to win the Super Bowl. But the Eagles are going to show around the world that you need this type of depth on that front four. And so, with all these colleges out there, there's plenty of dudes out there. Right now, this guy that's in the back of my mind right now, I already got him winning the Heisman next year. I think his last name is Milroy. He was the backup quarterback for Bryce Young. When I seen him move, I said, oh my Jesus. I said, hey, give him the Heisman. I said, he winning it. Now, granted, they got another dude at Tennessee. When the dude Hooker went down. Yeah, when the dude Hooker went down, they got a guy. They said his arm is the same as strong as DeMarcus Russell. So to answer your question, we got more coming, baby.
Oh yeah, we got plenty coming. I let you go because I wanted to count it up. Right now, as it stands, we're gonna have 12 out of the 32 teams with a starting black quarterback, including if you count Jameis Winston in New Orleans. And the potential for more, right? Potential for more. We got Bryce Young coming in, CJ Stroud coming in this year. They guaranteed locks. We got Hayden Hooker. I think it's Hayden Hooker, right? Hooker from Tennessee.
Yeah.
He's probably because of the injury, probably gonna be like a second round draft pick. But we're making this shift over to this mobile quarterback, right? And right underneath these two that we got in the Super Bowl, San Fran, most people thought with any adequate person at quarterback, they would have probably advanced, right? We gotta presumably think that Trey Lance is going to be the quarterback, right? Now that Brock Purdy's definitely out for 6 months. Russ has to bounce back. Sean Payton's there, so that's going to be a contender. Justin Fields, if Chicago has any kind of sense, would equip this guy with offense, some kind of presence on the offensive line. I hope veteran, and I hope they don't try to, figure this out through the draft and, waste his years, but then get him some weapons on the outside. We got Geno Smith, who just showed after his turmoil in the league that he could play. Lamar's been MVP already. There's nothing said there. Whenever Kyler Murray learns his second read, he'll be a Pro Bowl quarterback. Like I said, Jameis Winston. We got D-Watt. D-Watt should regain form after 2 years off, just about. We got Dak Prescott. I mean, they're always going to be in the conversation until they blow it. As Stephen A. said, they're an accident waiting to happen.
Is your boy, Tennessee for the Titans going to get it done?
And then for the Titans, I was sitting there like, Malik Willis, he's the only one probably going to be on contract, but I don't think he's a Super Bowl contending type of quarterback. But like, you see this wave, right? You see this wave of quarterback. I seen the meme today of the last of the great generation. The last of the last great generation has retired today when Tom officially retired. Gone is the stand in the pocket, don't run around quarterback. The Big Bens. We've seen them usher themselves out the league in the last 5 years, right? Eli, Phillip Rivers, Big Ben, Drew Brees, Tom Brady.
7 drops.
Yeah,
there's one still hanging on.
Name him.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
Aaron's always been mobile.
No, he is. But to me, he's the last.
He's getting older.
He ain't mobile like he used to be.
I think he's older,
right?
I think not having his best friend Bakhtiari over there has, caused a little bit of him not wanting to get out there because he knows if he gets, he could possibly get really seriously hurt.
No, I agree with that. No, he was always mobile. I agree.
Yeah, so he got some wiggle to him a little bit, but like we've been talking about it for years. We've seen it because we've known that we've seen it from the Pee-wee stages. What do they typically do in Pee-wee? Put the best athlete at quarterback, right? Eventually, we always said, just get those kids a quarterback coach and have them
teach them how to throw.
Exactly. Teach them how to throw. Like the whole Lamar Jackson saga when he came out. Oh, go work out at wide receiver.
Racist.
I'm not doing that, Charlie Casserly, because of your opinion, because of what you did 20 years ago, and you haven't done nothing since. Right. So I think we've seen this shift over into this mobile quarterback. You cannot survive in this league because of what you said earlier, Ron.
Yeah.
Micah.
The D is getting faster.
These guys are running 4.5 at 250, 260, 270, 280.
Even the Bosa's can run.
The Bosa's, bro.
Man, not even just the Bosa's, dude. It's dudes that don't even have good technique that can run.
Oh, yeah, but he can get around old boy.
And then you got polar bears like Myles Garrett, because he's a real live bear.
Yeah, he is.
He's a real live bear.
Yeah.
To be 285, 295, moving like that, jumping like that.
And who can jump?
They can jump. The explosiveness is crazy.
Jump.
He reminds me of
Julius Peppers, but a little bit.
Oh my God, you took the name right out. You knew where I was going with that.
Because he was so far ahead of his time.
Yeah.
He was so far ahead of his time.
If JP would have been on a better team early in his career, you'd be talking about him being one of the greatest DNs who probably played the game.
And still messed around and ended up in the Super Bowl and almost won.
Yeah.
And it's because he didn't have many of those moments that we don't hold him to that regard. But like you talk about freak athlete at the position, you talk about freak athleticism to match the production, 12, 15 years and years and years of 10 plus sacks, man.
It was him and your boy Freeney.
Oh, Dwight did it with so much sauce.
But Mo, I agree with everything y'all said about this next generation of quarterbacks coming through.
Mm-hmm.
I see that with 12 out of 32 and probably more than that by the season starts next season.
Mm-hmm.
It's more to come. So with us looking at this being the first time that we see 2 African-American black quarterbacks, whatever you guys want to call it, I think this is going to be many more. If not, the next one could be the next. It won't be out the norm probably very soon.
At all.
But to your point, to your Ron and Mo's point, yeah, the game has to change. It has to evolve. The D linemen are getting faster. The offensive linemen got to be faster. I think the offensive linemen are a step behind. But the quarterbacks have to be mobile. And I would say, even though Tom is a 3, 5, 7 step drop, I think he's still one of the best guys
pocket.
who moves the best in the pocket
Oh,
I've
he's
ever
slippery.
seen.
Tom's slippery.
Like when I say mobile, like mobile is like, all right, mobile quarterback or a running quarterback, but Tom Brady has the best pocket awareness I've ever seen to slide out of way from injury, from danger. But outside of that, it was something I think that you talked about with high school quarterbacks or little league quarterbacks just being pushed through because they're the best athlete. But the one thing you don't see with black quarterbacks is that tree in the yard with that tire hanging up. So you can just sit there and throw the ball. Because if you sat there and did that, I'm pretty sure we have a lot more quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
And the ability that, I always say, if one can't do one, it can do the other. But we've always been able to throw. I think that this is just the best time right now that we are actually seeing it as being showcased.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that it was an opportunity where they wanted us to play like them, and now they're allowing us to play a little bit more like us.
And I don't think they're allowing it. I think that like I said, from Pee Wee, right? When your best athletes is lining up at this position, that wave happens to then permeate the next level. You start seeing it more in high school, right? Even at the bum high schools. The bum high schools take the same Pee Wee script, right? The bum high schools take the same Pee Wee script. Let's put our best athlete at quarterback, because if he cannot get it to anybody, he can at least get out of there, right?
He can explode and run all over him.
That becomes the tape that scouts start to see, whether they're coming for you or not. Then we started seeing them like penetrate the college scene. At first, it was one-offs, right? It was your it was your Tebows, your Cam Newtons, right? Your Manziels, right? And now you're starting to see it all over the place. I just did something just now, right, where I thought about it. Right now in the league, I can say there's only 5 quarterbacks that are not mobile. 5.
Ooh.
Mac Jones, if you want to consider him not. Kirk Cousins.
Definitely.
Jared Goff.
Damn, good job.
Definitely.
Matt Stafford. And really, that's the list, because we don't know who the Colts quarterback is, right? We don't know who the Commanders quarterback is going to be.
We don't know a lot of quarterbacks.
Here's another point I'm gonna leave it at 4. I'm gonna leave it at 4, G, right? But here's another thing. Even though I'm about to give you another list of quarterbacks that, even though they're not African American, they're very, very mobile. Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
Kenny Pickett.
Yes, Pickett is that's my pick.
Zach Wilson.
Jones.
Justin Herbert. Vanilla Vic.
Jones.
Hey, put some respect on my man.
Hey, Vanilla Vic and White Cam Newton in Buffalo.
Yep.
Like the entire, if you add that list up, it's 24 quarterbacks, like at least 25 quarterbacks in the league that can legitimately run.
And you know what else I'm noticing about this? With that list you just gave, the reason I like that so much, because Herbert popped into mind. All you hear about is these guys marveling over who played high school and college basketball and stuff and who didn't. And you're starting to see that more and more of Justin Herbert was he was actually a 1-2-star, whatever it was, basketball prospect or whatever. Trevor Lawrence played basketball this high school, won 2 straight state championships. Well, you hear all this stuff, you're just like, okay, you got to, that's why, you want to make this case, Ron, especially in us with performance industry. And I don't know if you guys train also, I imagine you do have at some point, but you're starting to get more and more away from the whole, well, my son's a specialist. He's been a quarterback since 6th grade. All right. But you focus on one part of that. Now they're just like, you know what? Let's take the best athlete. We can find the quarterback's coach. We can make the scheme work. We know he can throw. We just got to teach him how to read and where to go. He's got everything else, but it's a prerequisite now. Being able to run it's a 100, 200 level college course now. Mm-hmm. You cannot go to 300 or 400 without that now, because like y'all keep saying, who you going to get away from?
Yeah,
and as a coordinator, what do legs do? Ron, we were talking about this. They almost take you out of man coverage.
Yes.
Not even just that. If you look at me and Ron were just talking about this the other day, linebackers don't look like linebackers no more. They look like safeties. Safeties look like DBs. And I looked at the picture when they put Navarro and Pat Willis beside Greenlaw and Warner.
It don't even look the same.
And I looked at their arms and I was like, bro, what was them dudes on back in the day? Nah, that was just different football right there.
Listen,
you talk about stock and shit.
Willis was a man.
Yeah.
Pat Willis was a man at Ole Miss.
We gon' we
The league was built on run stopping. Look at Takeo Spikes.
Listen,
nah. Look at all of them
your
linebackers
neck
back
was like
then.
out here.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Look at the James Harrison, Takeo Spikes, even our defensive coach that just went to the Texans, Ryan, D'Amico Ryan.
D'Amico.
All them boys were swole.
Quiet as kept. They can move too, though. They can move. Remember, that's back in the era where your linebacker had to be 245 minimum. 245 minimum, right?
What's my man was undersized. We used to play middle linebacker. I think he played for the Redskins for a long time. He played for somebody else. London Fletcher. My boy.
But London Fletcher wasn't undersized. He was just short. Because London Fletcher.
I mean, he was short, but he was built like them. I mean, he was still built like them.
He was built like them.
Right. So hold on. We're gonna move on because I got something to move on to a little spicy for y'all to turn the temperature up for y'all a little bit.
Woo-hoo.
And I know this could go one way, could go the other. It's only two ways it can go. We can agree or disagree. Don't jump to go first. I want to know you guys' top 5 quarterback rankings for 2022. Top 5. You can get your honorable mentions. I'll hurry up and get them out right now. But I want your top 5, and I want them ranked from you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go from 5 down to 1.
Okay.
We're talking 2022 alone, right?
2022. We're not talking career, last 3 years. We're talking right now.
All right. At 5, I got Herbert. At 4,
Pick your head up, boy.
I'm not a huge fan.
Your head up, boy.
Come on, I want to hear. Come on, Greg.
At 4, I got
Relax over there.
At 4, I got Josh Allen.
Huh?
He's knocked down a little bit because of his game management.
Hold on, pick your head up, Mo. Come on, Mo. You all right, Mo? Mo.
He's knocked down because of his game management.
Come on, man. Come on, Mo. Stay with me. Because we're gonna hear it later. We're gonna hear it.
3, especially before injury, Lamar. He's the ultimate weapon. He's the ultimate weapon.
That was my honorable mention.
And he can do so much more than people don't give him credit.
Ron, like.
G, come on, G.
All right, hey, at 2, I got Burrow. I don't know how many people you would really put in front of Burrow.
I mean, only one, maybe.
And one is Mahomes.
Yeah.
Because
before we attack that man's list. Before we attack that man's list.
Let's get everybody's list out the way.
Let's get everybody. I want to get y'all list out the way, y'all 3, and I just kind of tell y'all what I think.
Okay.
Who next?
Mo.
All right. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Joey B. Number 3. All right. Number 3, we're going to go Josh Allen still. Number 4, we're going Herbie. And for just this season, we're going Jalen Hurts.
Dude, you know our lists are like almost identical, right? With the exception
No, it's not bad. It's not bad.
You gave her
Greg, who you had at 5, Greg?
5, I had Herbert.
but he threw Lamar in there, so that's the
Yeah.
shake.
Well, no, we're gonna talk about the spice. We're gonna talk about the spice and how you felt about Allen being so low. I felt that. I saw that.
Let me get my 5 out the way. Mine is the same as Mo when we got to until we got to number 4. So number 1, I got Mahomes. Number 2, I got Burrow. Number 3, I got Josh Allen. Number 4, I got Lamar. And number 5, I got Jalen Hurts.
Y'all know the man said the whole season, right? Like this season.
I know, but hey, we can't say nothing right now. I'm waiting. I gotta wait for Javon. I have my take about why I got him number 5. I mean,
I'm gonna let y'all go right quick, and then I'm gonna tell y'all what I had wrote down after y'all go. Now, my question would be for Greg, because I know they probably want to ask.
Let me add G real quick, man. G.
Mo, go ask your question. Let's go.
Give me why he's 3rd this season.
Who, Lamar?
Mm-hmm.
This season, man said this season.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm looking at it from a perspective of what was he doing before he got hurt.
Keep going.
Lamar was going absolutely ape shit. We can't say he wasn't.
First 3 games.
Absolutely ape shit. I had him in fantasy football now, bro.
First three games.
I had him in
4, 5
fantasy
started to
football,
cool
brother.
down a little bit. Yeah, he wasn't going ape shit.
All
I
right, now
had him in fantasy football.
Now,
He gave
Now,
away
I-
the game. He gave away the game to my New York Giants. Gave it away.
yeah, our New York Giants. Let's go there. But on that same token, but I'm looking at
Greg, to back you up, Lamar's my honorable mention. It was a battle. It was 5-6. I think if Lamar was healthy, I think Lamar might have a fighting chance. I think if Lamar had the weapons of these other 5 quarterbacks,
But
we might have a whole different conversation.
you see all these ifs.
To back Greg up, you know, I mean,
there are
it's some ifs, but because of the injuries and he didn't play as long as these other dudes, and he didn't get to represent himself as much as I think he should have this year to finish the season out, I didn't put him in this top 5.
well, and here's what else wins me over, because part of being a quarterback is being a winner, correct?
Yeah.
Yes or no? With Lamar, do the Ravens beat Cincinnati?
Not sure. Maybe
Not sure.
not.
Look at what that game came down to.
That game doesn't play like that if Lamar plays, though.
Yeah, I think Baltimore wins. You're right. It doesn't play like that.
I
Listen,
think
if was the 5th, we'd
we'd
all be drunk.
We'd all be drunk, 100%.
And I'm not saying that because Huntley didn't almost win that game that Lamar would have. Because I get it. I understand, yeah, Lamar would have changed that game. But I also think that Cincinnati could still beat them and the Ravens can still beat
Oh, they
them. I
could.
feel like they both can beat
Could.
one another. It depends on any given Sunday with that division game.
I mean, Cincinnati was some foolishness away from beating Kansas City, possibly.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Full. Facts.
Can I ask y'all a question?
So I mean, that's the same. Go ahead, bro.
Why y'all got Herbert in your top 5?
what you mean.
QBR, ratings,
said
yards, touchdowns. His
Brother
numbers,
man.
my
his
God.
numbers speak for
Brother
itself,
Brother
bro.
man, you said this season.
I knew he was going to do that.
Listen,
So I knew Jabal was going to hit this.
Brother man, you said this year, didn't you?
I mean, it's kind of hard to take him out if you really. So listen.
Name 5
listen.
straight up better.
I'm gonna honestly tell you, if you really look at the numbers, one of the quarterbacks is really hard to take out the top 5.
Kirk Cousins.
We don't talk about, not even Kurt, Geno Smith.
This year.
Yeah, Geno.
Geno Smith. We don't talk enough about his numbers compared to just numbers. Herbert, I know that you don't want to. Nah, I'm gonna be real with you. I know you be hating on that dude for a long time, bro. You've been hating on Herbert for a long time, but he barely played with his starting wide receivers half the season.
Let me help you out. I like no interruption on this one here.
No. Go ahead. We want to hear it. No hate.
It's not hate at Herbert. It's more so how like scouts, like the Mel Kipers and everything, crowned him just how they crowned Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, but you can't let the media change how you look at production.
Yeah.
But production can be clouded too, though. At the same time, because you can rack up numbers against a team you're supposed to rack up numbers against, and then there's other games you showed that you wasn't really the man. You folded.
Can you give me
Okay, but you talking about big
example?
games and certain games, and I'm talking about overall season.
Can I get one example of when
Herbert?
Herbert? Can I get one example of when Herbert folded? I would like one example of Herbert folding.
You probably
not see the playoff game?
He's going to say the playoff game, right?
Go on.
Can I talk? You said uninterrupted.
Oh, I got interrupted.
Okay.
I got interrupted.
I
So,
might have interrupted him, but following the play.
this playoff game is what you're talking about. Okay. So they were up by 27, right? They were up by 27 because of 3 interceptions in the first half by Asante Samuel, right? Up by 27. Their head coach is the expert on what side of the ball?
Offense.
No.
No. Defense?
Staley is the defensive coordinator from the Rams. That's how he got the job, right?
Mhm.
A 27-point lead. Ask me how many run plays they ran in the second half.
I don't know. I'm not lying. I don't know.
Less
That's
than
coaching.
10. Less than 10.
That's coaching.
Less than 10. They ran the ball less than 10, up 27. Justin Herbert threw 60%. Justin Herbert threw for over 250 yards.
But you know, their offense not built like that because their running back not built.
Let me ask you another question. Another question.
Yeah, he's not built to pound.
Before the game,
Told
in
you
the
not all
game
down
that
back,
meant
bro.
nothing, the last game of the season that meant nothing, what did the coach do? He played the starters, right? What happened to Mike Williams, perennial Pro Bowler? Hurt his back, got to have surgery. So now he goes into the playoff game. He only has Keenan Allen. They don't run the ball efficiently because Eckler is a touchdown machine, but Eckler doesn't run the ball. He doesn't run.
He's not an efficient runner between the tackles. He's not going to threat the defense to put 7-8 in the box.
He's a poor man.
He's not hard yards. He's
a poor man's Alvin Kamara.
He's a
not
true
any
scat back. He's a true third down back that is getting money by usage.
He's Alvin Kamara all over again.
But don't disrespect.
Just a little better.
He takes advantage of everything he gets.
Yes.
He's opportunistic.
But you're talking about a team. You're talking about a team that doesn't have a run game. You're talking about a quarterback that was 60%. You're talking about a quarterback that was over 250 yards. He didn't turn the ball over in the whole game.
Hold up, time out. No
how did he fold?
No disrespect. We said top 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Herbert is in all of our top 5s except for Ron's. Lamar is in 2 top 5s out of the 4.
Lamar would be in my top 5 if he finished the season. Let's get
hold on. And that's what I'm about to say.
But he did.
First thing I said, it was a battle.
Mm-hmm.
I arguably mentioned I put Lamar because, like I said, finishing the season is a part of that. When it comes to straight numbers, like, to be honest with you, I'm going to give y'all my 5 since y'all talked about it. I got Herbert at 5. I got Jalen Hurts at 4.
Well, you just got the reverse list of me because the rest is going to be the same.
Yeah, and then it's Allen, Burrow, Pat.
That's it. I only put
Jalen.
I only had Jalen Hurts 5th because I'm a Giants fan.
Jalen was my 6. In fairness, he was 6.
I only had him 5th. I'm a Giants fan and I hate the Eagles.
Can I ask you a question? Greg? Why would you put Lamar over Jalen this year?
Be completely honest, as fair of a question as that is, because I struggled with it. I think I'm looking at Jalen, sure, is trending way the hell up. And I think he's got his match made in heaven from a coaching perspective, right? Especially now, going forward, I worry about it with Greg Roman getting fired. I felt like he was in a good spot because it's a tight end heavy offense and Lamar's best thrown between the hashes. He's not really outside the numbers guy, which I think coaching will get him over the hump. I think I look at it from a standpoint of who would scare me more to play against? Lamar would. Okay. Lamar would scare me more.
So to be honest,
that's how I look at it.
As their teams are constructed or by himself individually?
By himself individually.
Okay, fair enough.
So I won't disagree that you're saying Lamar would scare you more. I mean, Tom Brady is clicking right would scare me more than all of these dudes we're talking about right here. So I mean, Aaron Rodgers, if right now clicking at the right time,
we're clicking right. Aaron Rodgers scares me more than Brady.
Yeah, nah, because he ain't clicked right, but only one time. So
one time.
One time.
I mean, but Lito, the Packers for all that shit that they be talking about, for all that stuff they be talking about this defense, right? They haven't drafted all these defense. How many leads have they blown in the playoffs under Aaron Rodgers? They've blown some massive leads in the playoffs, bro.
Don't get that.
I mean, I get it. But
okay.
I get defense. Listen, there's not too many championship teams that don't have a top 5, top 10 defense. I think Aaron Rodgers didn't always have a top 5, top 10 defense. It's only 2 quarterbacks that's won Super Bowls that I can remember that didn't have top 10 defenses, and they got the same last name.
Kurt Warner and who?
Peyton Manning and the Manning brothers.
Well, you got to put Kurt Warner in there.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying it's only a few though. It's like it's far in between that you win Super Bowls. It's far in between that you win a Super Bowl without a top 10.
I know. I'm going all time.
So the reason I'm gonna say this, the reason why Lamar gets bumped down for me, Lamar's a pure weapon. Out of all weapons, he is the number 1 weapon, is the number 1 threat. If he has the ball in his hand at any given time. He is the most dangerous running back. I feel like he is the most dangerous player in open field. And because he gets the ball at any given time, he's Vic. He's new Vic. Hurts, because I put him in the top 5 on efficiency. If you look at his yards, touchdown, completions, barely threw any interceptions, and he's not Lamar when it comes to a leg threat, but his legs is just as dangerous. To me, he runs more efficient than Lamar. He runs when he needs to. He doesn't just run to run. Also, I felt like this year, his passing became a lot better. I think his passing is better than Lamar.
That's why I asked that question I said earlier. I said individually or team-wise, right? Because Jalen Hurts scares the hell out of me because he has Heisman on the outside and A.J. Brown on the other side. He has Goddard in the middle.
I mean, that definitely does help.
Hey.
Like it all.
I mean, but hold up. So we're not gonna like talk about the other 4 guys in this top 4 ain't got these same threats. So we're gonna knock out Jalen because he got them too.
No, but hold on.
Let me answer that.
I mean, because other dudes got number 1, number 2s, 3s.
But it was how you explained it though, and
Right.
it's like it's how you explain it. That's really it's like what we're trying to get to and everything. Because at the same I said this argument to you first, right? Most of these top 10 quarterbacks have top 10 talent at the wide receiver position. If you look at Diggs, if you got Josh Allen, you got Diggs.
Josh Allen made this jump when they got Diggs.
I just said that everybody else in this list has top 5 talent. Yes,
but that's what I'm saying. Like that's the part where I feel like I'm with Greg on this point, right? Where we want to I'm not gonna say move the goalpost, but we want to get so sketchy about how he throws the ball and how he runs. I said you get rewarded based on the person who you're throwing the ball to, also who makes your life easier. AJ Brown coming to Philadelphia made Jalen Hurts life much easier.
But Jalen Hurts was playing good last year, though. Don't negate that.
He was.
But I'm not.
He was coming up last year.
But I'm not knocking that though. I'm just saying, like Mo, you know what it is, man. When you got another receiver who comes to you, and he makes life for the other receiver's life much easier. Because like when I was watching the 49ers game, right, I already knew Ward was going to go after AJ Brown. Ward is tailor-made for AJ Brown. Now, whoever has to deal with Devontae Smith, that's something.
That's going to be the problem.
Right, that's going to be a problem. But let me here or there. That's where, excuse my passion. That's where, when it comes to these quarterback, these quarterback conversation, schemes and talent plays a lot into it. Because I'm pretty sure there's someone else doing a pod right now, and they're over here talking about Tua.
And but you know what? I agree that the schemes play a lot to it. But the question was, who was the best top 5 this year? Not who didn't have this coordinator, who didn't have this. Based on right now, who are the top 5 QBs? Y'all, and I'm not going to discredit y'all list because I agree that Lamar it's a battle. I battled between putting Hurts in, who I feel like. When I grade quarterbacks, Ron, I told you, I grade quarterbacks hard. So I think that as a pure quarterback, Hurts and Lamar might drop down because of their leg talent. That bumps them up.
It's like the NCAA sliding scale, right? It's GPA versus SAT, and who meets the middle. It really is.
Yeah.
But you know what? Y'all still my boys, though, because at least Lamar was number 6. If Lamar was number 10, I'll shut this shit off.
Ron.
But let me ask you a question.
If Lamar played the season, he's top 5. And no question about it.
Can I ask y'all a question?
I'm not gonna lie.
Out of all these lists, who's the biggest problem on the list out of all these lists?
Patrick.
Who's the biggest problem?
Patrick.
Is it Is it Herbert being on the list? Is it?
Well, for me, it's Herbert. I have a problem with that.
For Ron, it's Herbert. For Greg, who's the biggest problem for you on this top 5 list?
Man, I feel like I almost got to hear everybody's again to really decipher.
I think.
I mean, for the most part, the only one that's shaking it up, I think, is Mo. What list is shaking this up? Do you have Hurts on your list?
It's these Lamar guys right here.
Yeah, these Lamar guys.
For this season, at least, right?
It's up.
All right. So out of the top 5 that we all got, we all had this season, right? out of the top 5 we had this season, Patrick Mahomes had the least. He had the least significant weapon.
He lost his home run threat.
Right? But he had Kelsey. Kelsey was always his number 1.
Yeah, but Kelsey
Right?
was Kelsey's steady Eddie though.
Yeah. Kelsey
I
was
mean,
always his number
Andrew
1,
is
right?
too.
So he only like
I haven't heard that.
Miko Hardman. They was rotating Miko Hardman, MVS,
Juju.
and
Picked up
and
Tony,
Juju, right?
Juju.
Juju's not Juju no more. Hey, since AB left, Juju lost his superpowers. You can
But
cut him
as a 3 or a 4, he's phenomenal.
as a 3
Nah,
or a
he
4.
is.
That's fine.
No,
That's
he's
fine.
no. That is as
I
a
don't have a
3,
nickel.
he's
Who,
great.
I don't have a nickel who can check him the whole game.
So he has the
Ooh.
he had the least.
Oh,
I'll
I
say
don't know that one.
okay. I'll say he had the least because his number 1 option is his tight end. Josh Allen had the second least because all he has is Stephon Diggs. Gabe Davis did not have a season like he was supposed to this year. And Dawson Knox came on towards the end of the year because he's been up and down, right?
Okay,
Not
and-
consistent.
And Josh Allen is the leading rusher on his team, like Lamar Jackson. Let's get that
Yeah.
situated for the last 3 seasons. Outside of this year, Lamar, like this is the first year Lamar's not the leading rusher on his team, and I think J.K. Dobbins got that in the last 2 games, right? But Lamar would
Ron Holt, the leading rusher.
is he still the
for
leading
Ravens.
rusher? Is he still the leading
Lamar was
rusher?
still a leading rusher when the season ended.
4 years straight. They better pay that man. What the hell wrong with that team?
And don't
So-
you listen- come
So
on,
let me keep going. Right. So we'll say Josh Allen had the second least because he only has 1 wide receiver. And 1 in a possible with Dawson Knox. But Dawson Knox is not elite. Right? Herbie, on paper, you would say, has the second best weapons because he has Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, right? And Eckler. But both of them guys miss a lot of time this year. But I'm just talking about this independent season.
Yeah, just this season.
This independent season, right? And he still did what he did with Gerald Everett and Josh Palmer and Guyton and the litany of guys, right? It really comes down to Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow for the best weapons. Do you like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Boyd? You also got to add Joe Mixon to that, right? Because-
Burrow has a monster around him.
Yeah.
versus, but Jalen Hurts got A.J. Brown, Heisman. He has Dallas Goedert.
Dallas Goedert was playing like a man.
A man possessed this year. I had him until he got hurt the last 4 weeks of the season, then he came back. And then he has Miles Sanders as number 5 in the league in rushing this year, which was a surprise to a lot of people because he had never been.
And Devontae's the number 2.
Mo, to your question, how come no one's knocking Burrow for having all these weapons?
Valid question.
If we're gonna knock Hurts, no, because our point is that people always knock Lamar, but we all agree that Lamar had these weapons. I think this would be different. I think we all agree that. But we sitting here and knock the black man when he got weapons. But we ain't knocking this. We're gonna be real. We ain't knocking these dudes down, and they all got weapons. And how do they look when they don't have weapons? They lose 27-0.
I got a question for you. Who
Or they let teams come back 27-0 in the play. Go ahead.
I can knock Josh Allen.
You'll knock Josh Allen out of the top 5?
Only just because
Absolutely not.
Who would you replace?
No. Not to knock him out the top 5. I have not with him. I think he's still top 5 caliber, but there is something with him also, because me personally, Stephon Diggs makes his life so much easier. And that was my argument about him and Justin Jefferson. Because it was like, oh, who's better between Stephon Diggs and Justin Jefferson? I'm like Stephon Diggs. Because look how he changed Josh Allen's life.
All of a sudden, Josh Allen is a perennial All-Pro. All
Right.
of a sudden, everybody on ESPN talking about Josh Allen has made such a jump. I'm like, yeah, the jump is number 14 from University of Maryland.
I have a caveat to that. I think the first year that Josh Allen made the jump, you can say that was Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the last 2 seasons, I don't think we give Stephon Diggs all that credit, friends. I'm sorry. Because Josh Allen is spreading the ball around and he's leading the team in rushing. My only knock against Josh Allen is, out of all of these quarterbacks on the top 5 that we listed,
He's not as accurate.
he's the one that's the most turnover prone.
I don't trust him to manage the game. That's my knock.
Managing the game is way more important.
All right.
What did I call him
because they
earlier?
don't run the ball.
What did I call him earlier? I called him White Cam Newton, right?
Oh, you did. You did.
Okay.